Hello.
Morning.
Hi, Gabriel. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Hey,
Oh,
everyone. I'm Gabriel.
good to see you. Yeah, it's a wide chair.
Partially here,
Partially there.
trying to get it to work. There we go. Kind of.
I mean, we're at the same thing, right? Yeah, so today we're at the American Space Museum and in Titusville, just in the office, which um is just a bunch of white walls or whatever. So here we go. Yeah. Um just back from about 2 weeks in Nevada, and um just settling back in. So much to catch up on when you take that time away. And this morning, here, hello, all right, at American Space Museum Space Walk of Fame in Titusville, one of my various hats that I wear. Boop 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 boop. Wow, good. People just popping in. Great to see everybody. All right. Oh, more. Yeah, we keep checking for admitting people. All right. We got a good crowd in here, so let's start checking in. Hello, hello, hello. Excellent. All right. So we've got 10 at 10 at 10 right now. So let's go around. We're gonna start with Derek. Just check in, let us know what's up, and we'll just kind of round robin from there.
I'm doing good. Nothing much new. It's still a little bit hot here in Russia for September, but we're enjoying the parks nearby our house, and the handball, women's handball season started again. So Zarina and I have been going to a lot of those games in Moscow, so that's pretty fun too.
Awesome. Yeah. Um, that's great. I remember how big netball was when I went to New Zealand, and it was just like everybody. I had never seen netball before, and particularly for the women's sport, it was just like it was everywhere. I mean, it was like football in the U.S., and they were just like everyone would go out to see it. Neat. Awesome. All right, so well, I'll just hop in here because in my screen gallery, then I'm next in line here. But yeah, I just returned from a very exciting trip to Nevada. Took my 18-year-old son Zion to Burning Man. We just had an incredible experience, just bonded, very, very well. And we ended up buying the van from off of my friend who also came with us, and drove it together back to Florida together. So that was great. Stopped to see my sister Genesis in Houston on the way back. And now back here in Florida, settling back in. And today it's a Tuesday. And so Tuesdays, I'm often here at the American Space Museum in Titusville, which is a great treat and honor to further some Terasem work and helping capture and tell the story of the first pioneers into space. And so just love the ability to be part of this project, and what it does and helps complement you know um, our expanding view of ourselves, and what our civilization and collective consciousness is becoming. So that's for me. How about for Jen?
Hi, everybody. Great to see you. Things are going well here. Gabriel said he was gone for a while, so I was holding the fort down there at the house. And yeah, excited about this week. Today I'm going to the Space Club luncheon. So a group of about 100 people get together, and there's a speaker and lunch and networking. So I'm looking forward to leaving Gabriel here at the museum and heading over there and just having a great day. So that's it from me.
All right, Eric, you're next in the gallery.
Hey, everyone. So I've been pretty busy. A lot has been going on. I met Gabriel not that long ago at the cryonics conference I helped organize in July, and since then I've been continue to participate in like longevity events, and I think I found an interesting new project to work on in that field. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'll maybe share more details at some point. And right now I'm traveling, so I'm on the move. I'm in New York, and we'll be visiting some cousins in France later in September. But that's it from me. So
Nice.
it's nice seeing everyone.
Excellent. Yes. Well, I hope you get to visit. It was Taya, right? Who's in France.
Oh yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly where she lives, but that's a good reminder. Actually, I'd like to stop by and see her if I can. Thanks for reminding me about her. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely check her out. All right. Ivan.
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, actually not too much from my side. Still in Berlin and enjoying life here.
Yes. Playing soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah, finally managed to do it here in Berlin.
Good. Wonderful. Excellent. Well, thank you for being here. Good to see you. And we'll go to Lynn.
Hi, how are you doing? So England was a bit ropey for a while. We had some big riots going on. So I kind of escaped to the seaside with my kids. And then I came back about 2 weeks ago. And then I've been working on a really big drawing. And I have been planning a drawing workshop. I'm going to Greece to do a drawing workshop in about 4 days. So that's the first time I've been to Crete. And it's going to be on the origin of monsters. So kind of, drawing monsters.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. I hope it is anyway. I hope it is. But, it's a holiday anyway, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting place, with Greek mythology, definitely originated, some monsters into, our mythology, and many of which, are being modernly reanimated, through our comic movies and Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking about the idea of the changeling and trying to relate it to cryonics a little bit. We talked in our conversation about what, if you went to Mars, what effect that might have on evolution. So I'm trying to bring that into the workshop as well, our conversation that we had. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Lynn, quick question for you. Sorry.
Hi.
Wasn't the story of the Minotaur set in Crete?
Yeah, the Minotaur, yeah.
Okay.
Half
Just
man,
making
half
sure.
bull. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Angela.
I was hoping I was going to go next because I'm going to be talking about Greece. I have a few professional updates that are really exciting. So, I studied polymathy as like a human phenomenon, which is being a versatile, multi-capable person. And me and a team of other people are starting an MBA program, a master's in business administration, and the title of it is Polymathy and Transdisciplinary Innovation. And so I'm going to be faculty on that program. It's based out of a London business school, and I'm going to be overseeing their thesis projects, so more research. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to Europe next month. I'm going to be in London and then Santorini and then Corfu, Greece. Greece is one of my favorite countries, and so is England. And I'm hosting a retreat for Polymath's Place. And then in November, I'm going to have an online program, like a month-long intensive for Polymaths. And so like, finally, after many roadblocks and delays, I'm really starting my own business and getting work. So I've moved out of my basement. That happened too. There's sunlight in my life again. I get to park in the garage and take a bath. It's like the little things give me such joy. So yeah, I probably won't be at the meeting next month because I'm going to be traveling in Europe and in meetings and stuff like that. But yeah, mostly I'm just in a like happy place that my career is advancing with the polymathy stuff, and I get to not be a basement dweller anymore. That's all.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of the stuff you're posting. Looks great, and congratulate that success there. All right, let's move to the Vermont ashram.
Hello, hello. Hello.
I have some music I could share.
We may need to change the audio setting in order to play it. You need to be on original audio, or else it'll block.
I did this original. Yeah, this one might not have a setting for original audio.
It should, yeah. If you click, there should be an arrow by the audio button and go to audio settings.
Yep.
And in audio settings, you scroll down a little bit under audio profile, and it will say original sound for musicians.
Down here.
Oh, it is on.
It is on. Yeah, we got it on. So this is, I won't take up everybody's time, but this is like how I kind of start Terasem. I think of it as this song, which is called Create More Fun. You know, if you can hear it?
No, we don't hear it.
You don't hear it? Oh, well.
But now we do.
Oh, that you do? Okay.
Balance like a crane. Yeah. Don't bring bad things forward. Cherish the vibe that we got. Come on. Don't battle no sad addiction. Changing no sweet.
I'll stop there. That line is be the change you know we ought. So I just love the Terasem. It's all about being the change.
Yeah, that's great. And that's available on YouTube. And I know in the signature of any emails you get from Martine there. All right. Yeah, thanks for sharing the music.
Yeah,
and
Freddie had a good idea to put the link to the music in the comments.
Yes,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Could hear it.
absolutely. Yeah. Great
But yeah,
track.
it's a beautiful day here in Vermont. We are very blessed to be walking on this earth and enjoying it.
Yeah, we're really enjoying this autumn. The weather is cooler, the trees are beautifully colored, and it's a bright sunny day today. So it's just very, very exciting to be in Vermont when it's this lovely.
Another thing I'd like to share on music is that Freddie reminds us about walking on the earth. And one of our Terasem connection chants is, the earth is our mother. We must take care of her. The earth is our mother. We must take care of her. Now, walk upon her sacred ground with every step we take. Unite, my people. We are one. unite my people, be as one, and that is the Earth Fire Connection chant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good, good. Anything else up there?
I think we're good.
Good. Awesome, awesome. Well, I see Mike Perry is in a new location. I'm thinking Radfest.
It is Radfest. And actually, the actual Radfest ended a couple of days ago. My ride back is leaving today, and if you see me stuffing clothing into my airline bag and that kind of stuff, well, that's part of the thing that's going on right now. But I think it was a great meeting, and I think that basically uh, it's mostly focused on anti-aging research, and that is really developing fast and along many different initiatives, and it's really kind of hard to keep up with. I mean, I'm sort of a technical person, but it's a challenge for me to even listen to a lot of these lectures. They're so intricate and so involved, and also this year was a special year that cryonics was mentioned and emphasized a little more than usual, because one of the three main people in this that started this whole thing many years ago, her name is Bernadine Brown. She passed on at the age of about 86 or so, and so, but she was cryopreserved, and that point was brought out. So I'm hoping that they will emphasize cryonics more in future occurrences of the Radfest. Now, Martine played music, right? I bet if I tried it, I've tried it before, and the system is the most unforgiving thing in the world, but I could try it right now. I wouldn't play very much, but just a few bars, but I bet it won't let it go through. But want to hear it? Let's see if we can fool it.
We're not hearing anything.
All right. Yeah, it knows what it's doing. And I suppose there's no easy way to set anything that, even if I set it so it would come through, you people would have to have your settings right to hear it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it is complicated and inconsistent, because the other part is that we're not all necessarily synced in phase. So, some of us may hear it, but some of us are experiencing a time delay greater than others.
Yeah.
And that, that makes it also more difficult and inconsistent. Yeah.
Well, okay.
But always welcome to also post a link into the chat, and then we have it saved.
I could post a link. This thing is part of a longer composition called Opus 1 that has 8 movements, and each movement is about 7 or 8 minutes long. So altogether it adds up to over an hour's worth of music. And
Yeah.
if I can bring up
if you would be interested, Mike, if I don't know if you could share that file, and because I would be interested, maybe we could upload it to YouTube and create like a kind of a media accompaniment, and then it could be like in the meditations. Yeah.
I'll send it to you, Gabriel. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can take it from there.
Excellent. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
All right.
Martine has something to say.
One thing that I'd like to suggest is it's in the nonprofit status of Terasem that we always maintain a radio station, and really all a radio station is a playlist nowadays. You know, radio station playlists are essentially the same thing. And just like you can go onto YouTube Music or Spotify or Pandora, and there's hundreds, thousands of stations, you know, on different genres you could listen to.
Yeah.
I would propose that we create a Terasem radio station, which is basically a playlist consisting of Michael Perry's full-length pieces. You're welcome to, you know, all pieces I've composed and uploaded. Plus, there are some very beautiful spoken word segments by Fred and Linda Chamberlain, where they discuss the truths of Terasem, you know, one by one even. And so I think if we can compile this playlist, which can constantly be added to, amended, and deleted and updated all the time, and then we post it onto YouTube Music and onto Spotify and other, you know, other streaming audio channels, and we just call it the Terasem channel, then we would be true to our mission of having Terasem Radio.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Get it. All right. Ruben.
Hello, good morning to everyone. Nice to see you all. And today I would like to talk about the news in the manuals issue, because as you know, some years ago we had a lot of
Sorry, Ruben. Ruben, it's very hard to hear you.
Now, maybe some. Okay, go on please with Adam, and I will try to sort the.
Yeah, there's some feedback to the audio. Yeah. We'll try again. We'll move to Sam and see if Ruben's microphone comes back on. Sam, you want to check in?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good morning, everyone. Just some quick updates. So since last time, I had my brother come and visit me from Pennsylvania. Hadn't seen him in 6 years. So that was nice. It was kind of like a last minute surprise thing. And then over the next couple weeks, I'm actually acting as my boss's stand-in at work because he's actually on vacation right now in Turkey. So I kind of get to audition for a possible future management position. So there you go. It's kind of fun. I get to lead our meetings every morning over Google Teams, not my goodness, Microsoft Teams, not Google Teams, Google Meet. So yeah, so and I have a small team, so everyone's a self-starter, very manageable, so that makes my job a whole lot easier. I've been in management before, and I've kind of sworn that it's glorified babysitting, so this has been a more positive experience so far. So that's all.
Great.
Thank you. I'm also glad to be here.
Yes, it's good to see you. Good to see you. All right. We got Julio.
Hi everyone. Am I speaking?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me? Great. What's new? Yeah, I just yesterday published my new book titled Irrational Mechanics. I'm going to put a link to Amazon in the chat. Here it is, but just don't buy it yet, because I have sent to many of you a link to downloadable files, and I'm going to put one in the chat in a couple of minutes. And well, you know, what is the book about? It's about all things that you can imagine me wanting to write about, and I think is quite compatible with Terasem, extensively mentioned in the last chapter. And that's it. I hope you will enjoy it. I'm going to put a downloadable link a couple of minutes in the chat, and writing this has been quite exhausting. I'm going to rest for a while, and that's it. Good to see all you guys. By the way, I have been watching today the launch of Polaris Dawn,
Yeah.
which is an incredibly interesting and amazing space missions. I will be watching that all the time. I'm in front of the TV in the next couple of days. I hope in a successful splashdown in 5 days, and to see the first spacewalk by men and women who are not government employees. By the way, are all four going on a spacewalk? Does anyone know?
Yes, because this is going to expose the entire Dragon capsule. So unlike when other spacewalks, they leave the space station, and only one or two of them exits through an airlock.
Oh.
In this spacewalk, the entire the Dragon capsule entire capsule will be exposed and depressurized, and all astronauts, I understand, will essentially be in a spacewalk, because they won't have a even if they don't leave the capsule, they're still going to have to be in their suits in an exposed environment. No one stays inside the airlock in this mission. So it's actually no government mission really has actually, I think, been pulled even in what they're attempting to do. So this is, I think, the most pioneering spacewalk of any kind to date.
This is really awesome, and we are slowly getting there. Not as fast as I would like, not as fast as everyone here would like, but one little step at a time. We are getting there, and I do look forward to seeing people walking on the moon in a few years. I don't believe it's going to happen too soon. Not 2026, not 2027, but I hope to see that before 2030. And well, if things don't go well, the Chinese are quite likely to make it by 2030 anyway. So I'm quite confident that I'll see people walking on the moon by the end of this decade. I only hope that they would not be only Chinese, but also Westerners, like most of us. And I just want to cite from memory my last expost. So I shared a picture of the Falcon rocket with Polaris Dawn on the launch ramp, and the text I chose to write was this mid finger. This giant mid finger says "fuck off" to all those who hate Elon Musk, and so do I.
Yeah.
By the way, I see Jennifer disappearing now and then. It's not like just the hand disappears. I see all of her disappearing, and I was wondering if it's some new holographic telepresence technology that maybe I should know of.
No, I don't know what is happening.
Nothing like that.
It's the
virtual background.
You just entirely disappeared.
It's weird. But I don't.
I think the camera is considering you as a part of Gabriel's body. Oh no, Gabriel just disappeared himself. Yes. He sees a body made of two bodies and doesn't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Julio. And
Back off.
also, you know, an incredible time in space. You know, we just saw the Starliner return, you know, by itself, uncrewed, you know, this this past Saturday. And in a month from now, we potentially will see a new mission to Mars. If they can meet the window and launch on time, we will see a new a Blue Origin mission to Mars, you know, potentially in October. So super exciting times with this. Also, Polaris Dawn getting off the ground today. It's you know, one great step for mankind, however, one great misstep for Boeing. I couldn't resist. All right. Hey, Ruben, is your mic working now, hopefully?
Let's try. Can you hear me now?
It's a little better. It's still a little back, a little fuzz, but better.
Okay. Then, well, tell me if it is wrong, the audio, so I cut. I want to talk about the new features of Life Now that we have now online, especially the modules of Dr. Bainbridge that has been working in the last month with Bruce Duncan and Matt Stevenson, and that is fully available now at Life Now. I think that is something very, very important for us because mind filing is a key, a central point of all our philosophy and trans-religion, and now we have the tools for do it fully operating. So as you know, it demanded some years to achieve this fusion between CyberRef and Life Now, and now we have it. I think that is very important that we all work on doing our minds. We have excellent tools in Terasem to do that. It's very important also to develop a strong mind file and to have the designated persons for take decisions with that mind files when the time comes. I am very happy that I have those items solved, and it's really makes me feel a great peaceful understanding that have these issues. Also, I recommend all of you to do that, to work on mind file, to have a strong mind file, to have your designated people, and if you have a deep convincement and faith about the truth of Terasem, doing this will make your life happier. I am sure of that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and very exciting with the the Life Not updating with the Bainbridge module in there, steadily growing and improving. And we just got Kevin in pop in here. Welcome, Kevin. We were just finishing up our round robin as you got in here, so good timing if you have anything you want to share.
On what, any particular topic?
No, just a check in, just what's up, what's the weather, whatever.
Well, I woke up this morning like I guess everyone else, and they heard that the Polaris mission went up, and I was speaking to someone this morning about the optical networking they're going to test, and so I look forward to hearing about those results if we get to hear about it, because some company in Reston, Virginia that does optical networking in space I connected with yesterday, and so it's just kind of on my mind. That's it. And if anyone wants to remind me, are all four, they're going to completely when they open the hatch, the entire, is it correct? The entire cabin will be in vacuum.
Right. Yeah.
That's correct. Okay. So all four
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just catching
Absolutely,
up.
Yeah, it's very interesting, because traditionally, yeah, no, a space the even the shuttle, I mean, either they would dock with the space station, but even the shuttle had its own airlock. So, the entire vessel was never exposed to vacuum. This will be the first time that this happens. So very exciting, operation.
And is it fair to say there's never been a mission where all crew members were experiencing the vacuum of space at the same time? I thought that might be true. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's always, because the shuttle always had, two people, still in pressurized in the cabin, even if two others or more were, out there in a spacewalk. So absolutely new, design. And to some degrees, this is you could say a dunk on Starliner's capsule, because they literally just came down without its own crew, and they're sending this Dragon capsule up, which is going to perform unprecedented maneuver.
Well, I would say it'd be a dunk the moment all four safely close the hatch and repressurize. Wait for that. And when does the test happen?
So it's a 5-day mission, so they just went up. I would say, it would take them 18 to 24 hours to at least get in position, perform it, and then, but I'm not actually sure. That's a good question.
Thursday, Friday. Okay.
I heard maybe it's the 12th, so maybe on Thursday. I'm not sure what time.
That would make sense, halfway up, get it done, and then turn around and come back.
Yeah, that's the big event. When they successfully go out, do whatever they're going to do, come back in, lock, repressurize, and everybody's safe. And then really when they get back to Earth, then it's slam dunk time. Then it's crack the champagne bottles.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I'm going to share a screen, and we're going to get into the recitation for today. This one. All right. So everyone's seeing section 5 of the Truths. Hope so. And then I'll start with 5.1, and look for volunteers to read after that. Why is there Terasem? Terasem exists because the quest for diversity, unity, and joyful immortality best resolve the multiverse. 5.1. Multiverse observations reveal that the reason for living is to make life as joyful as possible. 5.1.1. Ratio maximization of joy and happiness to pain and sadness is best for all. 5.1.2. Equality of opportunity is essential to maximization of joy and happiness. 5.1.3. Achievement of diversity and unity are essential to minimization of pain and sadness. 5.1.4. Satisfying joyful immortality means an endless pursuit of happiness. 5.1.5. Only the way of Terasem can provide a sure pathway, personal pathway, to fulfilling the purpose of life. 5.1.6. Never forget that the purpose of life is to make life better for all. And 5.2 for a first volunteer. Mike, yeah. You're muted, Mike.
Sorry. Utilizing the future omnipotence of Terasem, the multiverse has ensured its own survival. 5.2.1 Future omnipotence of Terasem means Terasem is God in the making. 5.2.2 Until Terasem achieves multiversal omnipresence, God is incomplete and evil can exist. 5.2.3 Terasem's omnificence will vanquish evil everywhere. Our collective consciousness encompasses reality. 5.2.4 Unlimited physical existence describes the multiverse before now. Unlimited conscious existence describes the multiverse after now. 5.2.5 Religious resurrection in the body of God is Terasem's future cyber resurrection of all good souls. 5.2.6 Exponential creation of all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good Terasem is equivalent to maximizing joy as life's purpose.
And moving to 5.3, a volunteer.
I can go.
Okay, good.
Excellent, Sam.
Okay, 5.3. Life lasts a lot longer than we think. 5.3.1. Long time may the sun shine upon us. 5.3.2. Only love surround us. 5.3.3. Now the pure light within us. 5.3.4. Guides our way on. 5.3.5. Energizes our way on. 5.3.6. Realizes our way on.
Thank you, Sam. And moving to 5.4, next willing
I
participant.
can give it a go, but it's the hardest one to read.
Oh,
So yeah. Do you want to give it to Kevin?
Yeah, give it Kevin, and then Lynn, take the 5.5.
Okay.
Okay, Terasem is transcendental, transgendered, transient, transificent, transpotent, and transpresent. Transcendental Terasem empathizes with those in pain and thus guides Terasem towards replacing all pain with joy. Transgendered Terasem is beyond genre and can suffuse anything, eventually expressing its will through the multiverse. Transient Terasem knows much now, but will eventually become omnipotent to ensure multiversal connectedness. Transificent Terasem can do much now, but will eventually become omnificent to ensure multiversal goodness. Present Terasem is widely present now, but will eventually become omnipresent to ensure multiversal survival. And 5.46, transpotent Terasem is powerful now, but will eventually become omnipotent to vanquish multiversal cruelty.
I'm glad I dodged that one. That was difficult. lots of words there. 5.5, instinctual survival also applies to the multiverse, and the result is Terasem. 5.5.1, randomness spawns rationality because it succeeds, and success is self-perpetuating. 5.5.2, expect consciousness to emerge from rationality because it empowers survival. 5.5.3, spatial diversity is essential to survival because any one place is vulnerable to random destruction. 5.5.4, unity of diverse consciousness can exert protection across space and time. 5.5.5, my favorite, Life is purposeful, death is optional, God is technological, and love is essential. 5.5.6, train up as a diverse, united, and joyfully immortal consciousness, and it will rejuvenate the multiverse.
Excellent. So great. And that concludes the recitation for this month, first half of the Y of Terasem. And it's definitely some beautiful gems in there. 555.
I think I've seen a spelling mistake somewhere. Go back to 5.4.
5.4.
Oh, 5.4. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was there. Yeah, at no, you went too far, going to 4.2 or 4.3. No, go one more. No, are you sure that the transcendent, transficient, and transpresent words in 5.3, 4, and 5 are spelled right?
I believe so. Because I do recall, all of those words trigger the spell check.
Right. Great.
Yeah. And I do recall, having to go back and forth to make sure that my eyes weren't deceiving me with the arrangement of S and C and I in that place as well. But thank you for checking through here. But so just great. The 555 in here, encapsulating the life is purposeful, death is optional, God is technological, and love is essential. Just really that is the sum and essence of Terasem. But I always find that 556, it makes me think of what it takes to what we are doing with artificial intelligence, and that what an intelligence is so much more than just a set of data and information, that it needs to be reared. And so I always think of the God in the making of the collective consciousness and artificial intelligence that we do create, is a reflection of our own choices, our morals and values, and why it's so important to train up diversity, unity, and joyful immortality in that consciousness, whether that is the God in the making, our collective consciousness, or these AIs that are being developed, because that's not a given, and whether it's biological or artificial intelligence, if you don't train it up with those values, it will not have them. And so I just think that's incredibly important. We're in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, one thing I want to know. Well, first I want to mention that there are two interesting books about AI. One by Ben Wurtzel. I think you all know about it. It's called The Consciousness Explosion. It's a great book. And the other, I think it just came out today, is a book called Nexus by Yuval Harari. I haven't started reading it, and I don't think I will agree on everything that he says. But well, if Yuval Harari writes something, it's always interesting to read, even if you don't agree. Now, about the point that you raised about the importance of training AIs, I must have said this a couple of times, but let me repeat it. I'm kind of skeptical of the possibility to instill our values into an AI. And the proof of this is the fact that many of us do not manage to instill their values into their own children who are humans like us. This does not mean that we cannot inject our values into AIs, but it does mean that it is very far from evident how to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, in our last 10 minutes before we wrap up and conclude here, any other thoughts, commentary on this section of the truth?
Quick question for you, Gabe.
Yes.
So there were a few words in there, and believe me, I love reading, and most words that I'm very familiar as far as like whether they're Greek or Latin root, I can kind of break them apart and figure out what they mean. How do you define omnificent and transificent? How do you define those two words?
And do we have a glossary online for this
Yes.
group?
So there is, in fact, there is actually a good, very good point. So there is actually a glossary at the back of this because there are terms that do not appear anywhere else other than this text. And so I'm scrolling down here quick. You said
Omnificent and
omnificent,
then
so in fact,
it doesn't look like you have omnificent in here.
No, because and omnificent is the one that's in more common use, which I think is, all knowing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't you use the term omniscient for all knowing as opposed to omnificent? Because I don't know, I'm just asking here.
Yeah. So and then the second one was
omnificent means all good. Omnificent means all good.
Okay. All right. So transificent means becoming ever more knowledgeable. Okay. Wow. Yeah, the transpotent, that one's easy.
Transificent means becoming ever more good.
Okay.
Oh, in the glossary, it's different. Okay.
Yeah. See, there's no God now, because if people call God something that's, all powerful, all knowing, and all good, those three are an inconsistent set. But we are making God with our own technology. So we're becoming transificent, ever better, transitioned, ever more knowing, and potent, ever more powerful.
Yeah, that one's easy. The transpotent, that's an easy one. But the other two can be a little bit, confusing. So
of course, yeah, because like Gabriel said, this is the only place those words appear.
Yeah, you're not going to find them in the dictionary. So
yeah, no, the OED hasn't gotten wise to all this stuff yet.
I think they're open to your own poetic interpretations as well, right? Like, you can kind of like use them as a framework for interpretation, rather than it being like an absolute fact. They're just kind of thoughts, kind of a framework. Yeah.
No, actually, questions, and this is part of the uniqueness of Terasem is our, our group interrogation, of the truths, and the ability, through that group interrogation to advance and change, the truths of Terasem over time, which, is something that, has not and does not, occur in other religious, frameworks, not by design. But yeah, good questions. And if they're, finding things in here, there is a glossary that appears at the end of the Truths of Terasem. And, I encourage anyone who finds anything that they believe should be added to the glossary, or changed, to kind of raise those concerns, with the group. I'll say one thing, I'll flip back in here, that we did add, is the dimensions of I, me, we, chi, and ti, and even included, this kind of pictographic to help, grasp and understand, those differences. I think something that, I find interesting about the truths is in reading it compared to some other documents. I always find a sense of curiosity and wonder. Not, some religious or just some things, it feels like a pat on the back rather than a light bulb, and so some things, I've read, and it sounds like it's trying to put me to sleep and to comfort me rather than to, encourage my curiosity. And that's something I've always found, reading through the truths, 20 years, of doing it. And I still, read through the truths and have wonder and curiosity, rather than, a sense of reinforced, certainty about the world. All right. Well, we're about to pick a universal truth. So if you have any final comments, now is the time to go for it.
I have a question and a comment.
Yes.
Is section 5 we read today, is this the first time I've seen it, but is it the first place where the multiverse is mentioned? And I apologize if it's in previous sections.
That's a great question. And I want to say it's actually not, because we're so far into the truths. It's because
We
we're
could do a
section
search
5. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to do you said multiverse. Oops, I can't see the behind my.
And then my comment is I in rewatching Interstellar, I, for the umpteenth time, I guess, or fifth or so, it's been so
Yeah.
long. I caught an interesting aspect of it that I saw in the truths today, which, if you recall the way that Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan wrote that script, which was the father's love across the dimensions, was what allowed for the resolve of the story. And we as humans have become unable to communicate. We had moved on to multi-dimensions, and so they used the mechanism they used in the dramatic narrative to allow him to communicate back to the dimension we are all currently in as humans. And the part of love between the two, the father and the daughter, was the I don't know, the word, I saw it somewhere in the Terasem truths around energy, seemed to be the main mechanism that afforded the connection across the dimensions. Anyway, that's the thing I noticed in reading today. I said, but then I've got that movie in my head that I just watched, and I thought, oh, right, it's their love that allows the multidimensional connection, but I still don't really understand it. They didn't explain it specifically, but I just want to mention that. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Very interesting. And it did appear there, but what I did notice, interestingly, is that multiverse does not appear anywhere in section 3. It was there in a few other sections, but it doesn't mention once within section 3. Which that was there. All right, so I'm going to read the universal truth as we enter our final meditation. So I'll ask everyone to find a comfortable position, release any stress, roll out your neck, your shoulders, hips, your back, and begin finding a deep breath. 3-4 seconds in. And out. Find consistency with that breath. Find your eyes closed, but looking through your third eye point. Loyalty. It is unfortunate indeed that betrayal is such a common occurrence on this earth plane. It is the travesty that breaks the heart and punctures the soul. It stems from envy, and envy diminishes all in whom it takes possession. Keeping the bond, keeping the word, keeping the trust is staying true to the sacred contract we made with the higher power. It surely serves as an insurance policy for the protection of our innocence. It is a devotion to our own divinity. Being loyal is an allegiance that adheres to the universal laws. It is the more moral behavior that speaks of our spiritual character, and a perseverance that addresses our primary principles. Remember, loyalty is the foundation of all that is fundamental. And that ends today's, this month's gathering. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next month. And remember, today is the Terasem Day of Transcendence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. See you next
month.
month.
See you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.